in anticipation for The Dark Knight Rises, I'm going to tell a little story. And it's actually a pretty significant story since the movie comes out in a couple of days. Probably something I'm never going to forget. The story of how I met one of my favorite directors of all time, Christopher Nolan. Right off the bat, I just want to say that Christopher Nolan is one of the greatest directors of our time, I would think. He's made some pretty awesome movies. Now, granted, I didn't see Following, his first debut film, which I plan on seeing soon, but I have seen everything else. I've seen Memento, I've seen Insomnia, I've seen Inception, I've seen all the Batman movies, obviously. I've seen... what did I miss? Prestige? He has this really great talent for making very sophisticated films, but also making them seem mainstream. And he also has a great eye for spectacle and action. I really would go as far as saying that he is our generation's Stanley Kubrick, or even Alfred Hitchcock. I might be jumping over the shark here, but I really think he's a great director. And there's a lot of other great directors out there too, but I think when all is said and done, when we look back in this generation, one of the names that's going to be said is Christopher Nolan. And I still can't believe I met him in person, which is why I'm going to get into that right now. So back in fall of 2011, it was announced that The Dark Knight Rises would be filming in New York City. And since I live in one of the boroughs, I figured, holy shit, I can go watch them film. And I found out the exact date and everything, which was about, I think it was November 5th or November 6th. It was very early November. And I found out they were filming on Wall Street. So what I decided to do was go, I went for 2 days. Day one I went and I watched the whole big scene where they're, remember the scene in the trailers where the cops and the henchmen are going against each other, clashing in that giant battle where Batman and Bean are going to have their climatic fight? Well, I watched that scene come to life. And Wally Pfister, the cinematographer for this film, along with a lot of other films, because he is Christopher Nolan's right-hand man, waved to me and my group of friends, which was really cool. But then, I found out from one of my friends that I met that day that he met Christopher Nolan, but it was really early. So that following day, I got to the city at 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, I took a 3 o'clock ferry to the city. Ridiculous. I saw everything. I was literally walking on the set, and it was surreal. And at one point, I was walking down the street, and I saw these two people in the middle of the street just having a conversation. And I recognized that big, glowing, blonde flock of hair, and I went, holy crap, is that Christopher Nolan? So I started walking, I gave a little creeper stare, and I went like this, and I saw his face. And that is when I internally lost it. I mean, here he is at 4:30 in the morning, Christopher Nolan, drinking his cup of coffee. He's wearing this awesome scarf and this really nice coat, and he's just having a chill conversation, probably about the movie, with a fellow crew member. I walked right up to him, and I went, I didn't go like this, but I went, excuse me? Mr. Nolan? Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm John. I'm a big fan of yours. You think I can get a picture? And just like that, I got a picture. I'll also never forget, as I was posing next to Nolan for the picture, the guy who did the widescreen picture with my iPhone said to me with a smile, "This is your lucky day." You would think I asked him a lot of questions, but I actually didn't. All I asked him was, is today your last day of filming? Because it was a rumor that that day was the last day of filming in New York City. And he said with a simple, no. Then after that, I got my iPhone back, we all looked at the picture, and I smiled like a giddy little kid. So I started walking away, and I screamed out, "Good luck with the rest of your filming today," or something like that. And he said, "Thank you." So I must have gotten 5 words out of Christopher Nolan that day, and it was still awesome nonetheless. I'm surprised that he even cooperated. I thought he could have easily said, "No, I wouldn't take a picture. I'm not going to take a picture with you." But he almost right away said, "Yeah, sure." It was an awesome experience. And then that day I also watched some more filming of Dark Knight Rises. And I had work that day. But if I didn't have work that day, I would have met Tom Hardy too. That is the story of how I met one of my favorite directors of all time, Mr. Christopher Nolan. Or should I put Sir in front of Mr.? If you have had the pleasure, the genuine pleasure, of meeting Christopher Nolan, or one of your favorite directors of all time, let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Are you anticipating Dark Knight Rises as much as I am? Because I am jumping in my pants for that movie. Speaking of that, the review for that film that nobody knows about at all will be up Friday morning. I am John. See you next time.